brand stacking inside the Labor Party. Again, general comments around the brand stacking having corruption and integrity risks. We know MPs and ministers raise concerns with you about sitting ministers and MPs before you do a 2020 investigation. What steps did you actually take to investigate?
I don't know that that's accurate, Samaya. I don't know that that's accurate.
What steps?
No, sorry, I'm not here to have an argument with you. I'll answer all your questions, but you just put it to me that people had raised concerns. No, let's be absolutely crystal clear. The program airs at 8:30, 9 o'clock, whatever it was, on the Sunday night. Shocked, absolutely shocked. Not just me, colleagues, many of you I expect, and many Victorians. Let's be really clear about something, Samaya. My EA, right? My EA doesn't know where ALP head office is. She's never been there, let alone working out of there. My ministerial staff don't run the Labor Party. They work hard every day for Victorians running the government. So the notion that people, I'm just, with the greatest of respect, I cannot accept this contention that what was going on in those offices was known to people and no action was taken. That's simply not right.
So you were aware of brand stacking?
I'm accepting of the broader point, and if we could all go back in time, maybe you do things differently. But I can't accept the notion. There are kind of two issues here, right? There are issues within the party, and as soon as we became aware of those, we have taken steps. And no, I don't think anyone could find fault with. It's just a matter of fact. Victorian branch has been taken over by the National Office. You've got Braxton Macklin step in, run the party for a period of time, conduct an audit, conduct a review, hand down recommendations. We have delivered those recommendations or are in the process of doing that. Profound changes. Many hundreds of people who were party members that aren't now. Now, is that job done? Perhaps it'll never be done. So I cannot accept this, that what you've put to me. The second point, though, of course, is we couldn't wait, and we didn't wait to do that internal work. That's one thing. Then there is what happens in ministerial offices, and it's simply not right to suggest that that's occurring more broadly or that that's common practice. It's just not. And IBAC finds that. IBAC finds that today.
My question is around the broader point, though. You're aware of rumours that there's brand stacking inside the Labor Party. What steps do you take to investigate whether or not that is occurring within government?
Well, again,
so you haven't taken any steps to investigate the rumours, even though you admit to IBAC that brand stacking leads to corruption and integrity risks.
Well, no, it was put to me. I don't know that I necessarily. Well, again, let's not get into word games. You want rules followed, and you want people to behave appropriately at all times. And if they don't, that there are risks there, right? That's the point I was making, and I'll make the point again now. I don't accept, and you're free to conclude differently, but I don't accept the notion that nothing was done and people knew about what was going on. That's not accurate, and that's not borne out in the report today. The key point for me is I can't change what has gone on. What I can do and what I will do is deliver the reforms that the integrity agencies have recommended. In fact, we will go beyond that so that every Victorian can have faith that people in politics are working for them, not working for themselves. I would also remind you, we sent this matter to IBAC. The then Attorney-General signed a letter referring this to IBAC under a process because I directed her to, I asked her to. I said, please, we need to send this to IBAC. So the notion that we didn't act as fast as possible when the disgraceful and unprecedented behaviour became known to us. The other point I make too, and again, as I said before, I'm not here for an argument. These people knew they were doing the wrong thing, yet they did it, and they went to extraordinary lengths to keep it secret. If not for whistleblowers, if not for video recordings of scenes in supermarket car parks, shopping centre car parks, if not for CCTV within offices, if not for phone taps, then we perhaps wouldn't have known what was going on. So, again, they knew what they were doing, they knew it to be wrong, and they weren't necessarily advertising that they were doing it.
So you can't argue with the breaches, Premier, in terms of
Sorry?
same apply to you and the red shirt scheme in terms of what was done?
Oh, no. Well, this is very interesting. Claims were made, and I'm not interested in having a debate with Mr Somyurek. He has absolutely no credibility whatsoever. And you can look to the report, and his performance today demonstrates that. So I'm not having a debate with him at all. But as I understand it, from my recollection of the report, it goes to some detail about the fact that, claims made about, well, if things aren't specifically prohibited, then they're allowed. No, that's not right. Various claims about discussions that were held between me and him back when, that's not credible either. It gave a completely different performance to the Privileges Committee at the time. So I just completely reject that, completely reject it. People were working for the party, not for themselves. They were working for the party in error. They should not have been. Recommendations were made and they have been delivered. And we believe that that is appropriate.
On that point, can I speak something up?
You've accepted all of the recommendations in this report.
Yep.
More evidence to either. You don't accept that politicians were in a unity ticket regarding the red shirts example for the red shirts report, but you also couldn't explain why you didn't adopt both of those recommendations in relation to banning EO from both campaigning, but also taking part in
Sure. Well, I'd probably direct you to. Well, sorry. There's a grand conspiracy been put forward that some grand bargain was struck between political parties. I think that's nonsense. Beyond that, though, what I can say to you is words that were taken out or were omitted were not for the purposes of underwriting or giving permission for this sort of deplorable, disgraceful behaviour. They simply were not. IBAC, I think, makes the point, and I'll make it in a slightly different way. The Act doesn't say that you can't get your staff to. The Act doesn't say that you can't get your staff to cut your lawns, right, or paint your house, or wash your car. But all those things would be wrong, wouldn't they? Completely wrong. So you don't need things to be line by line by line written down in an Act to know that you shouldn't do it.